Did you know that the best olive oil in the world is made in Croatia? Hi, I'm Mimi and I'm here to find out about the world-class olive oil that's produced here in Istria. Istria was recently named the world's best region for olive oil for the 7th year in a row. Croatia is probably not the first place that comes to mind when you think of olive oil. Croatia produces around 5 million litres of olive oil per year. That's a drop in the ocean compared to Spain, which produces 1.6 billion litres of olive oil per year. So how does Istria produce its world-class olive oil? Let's find out. First off, let's talk about where we are. Istria is a peninsula in the west of Croatia, on the Adriatic Sea. It's close to Slovenia and Italy. Istria was once part of the Republic of Venice. Later, it was briefly part of Italy, then Yugoslavia, and now Croatia. The region still has a strong Italian influence, and the local dialect is a mix of Italian and Croatian. You'll find that the place names are in both Croatian and Italian here. The warm Mediterranean climate and fertile soil make Istria the perfect place to cultivate olives. The Romans thought so too. Most families own at least a few olive trees, and October is harvest season here in Istria. Let's speak to Antonio, who has a small family-run farm near the town of Grožnjan in Istria.
Hello, I'm Antonio. Welcome to my olive farm. We have a lot of trees, 4 or 5 fields full of products right now, and we are collecting them to make an extra virgin olive oil. So we are going one by one until we finish all the fields what we have with trees, and believe me, we have a lot. This season it was really good for us, but the last one it was really bad. It really depends on the season, how much we have it, how much we don't have it. It's everything in the hand of the weather.
Let's take a closer look at the olive harvesting process. The first step in olive harvesting is to lay the nets down around the trees to catch the olives. To maintain the quality of the oil, olives that have already fallen naturally to the ground are left behind. This machine that looks like a giant brush is called an olivator. It's an electric olive harvester. The metal prongs at the end vibrate the branches and shake the olive fruit from the tree. As you can see, I also managed to have a go at harvesting. I must say it was quite a good workout. In Istria, the olives are harvested before they fully ripen and turn purple. This maintains a higher amount of the healthy, naturally occurring antioxidants in the oil. After all the trees in the row have been harvested, the nets are lifted to gather the olives together in a pile. Branches and twigs are removed from the pile and the olives are packed into boxes. Once the work for the day is done, the freshly harvested olives are delivered to the olive mill to turn into olive oil. For optimal results, the olives must be taken to the mill on the same day. There's often a queue outside by sunset as everyone is bringing in their day's harvest. Let's step inside the olive mill for a closer look at how the highly prized extra virgin olive oil is made. So I'm in the olive mill, but it's so loud that you can't hear anything I'm saying. That's better. So this is where the magic happens. Each batch of olives is stored in its own labelled crate and processed separately. A full crate can weigh up to half a tonne, so a forklift truck is a necessity here. This crate of olives is being loaded into the hopper to begin the milling process. At this stage there are still leaves mixed in with the olives. The belt elevator, the weird looking escalator thing, removes the leaves and small twigs. Next, the olives are washed to remove soil and any remaining leaves. The olives are moved along a sloped conveyor belt to dry them. The washed olives are now ready for the next phase, crushing. The olives are crushed into a paste inside this machine. The paste is then transferred into vats in the next room for a process called malaxing. This is basically slowly stirring the paste under temperature-controlled conditions. The temperature must be below 27 degrees Celsius, or around 80 degrees Fahrenheit, for it to be classified as extra virgin olive oil. The final step is mechanical extraction. Rather than what you might imagine, olive oil nowadays is extracted by centrifuge rather than the traditional press. The rotating drum inside the machine separates the oil from the solids. And here it is, the moment we've all been waiting for. The liquid gold prize. Istrian organic extra virgin olive oil.
Now that we've seen how the olives are harvested and how the oil itself is made, it's time to do a taste test. The oil from this year isn't quite ready yet because after it's milled, it needs to sit in a tank for about 3 or 4 weeks for the sediment to settle. So I have a bottle of olive oil from last year, the same olive trees, the same mill. Let's see what it tastes like. So I have some fresh bread from the bakery this morning. You need bread that's a bit spongy so it can soak up the oil. Okay. It tastes very, I want to say that it tastes very fresh. It's like ever so slightly bitter and slightly spicy, like a bit peppery. I think I could drink this oil. It's so good. So I don't know if it's the best olive oil in the world. I'm not an olive oil expert, but it definitely is one of the best olive oils I've ever tasted. So would definitely recommend.